Okay. I didn't do a mic check before stream because I was running late, so hopefully you guys can hear me. That'd be nice. Hey guys doing? Hello, hello. Sorry I'm late. I had a little traffic when I went out to go get some things. Oh, my ears! Yeah, get over it. Yeah, so, hi, how you doing? How you guys doing? I do have it as like a, I did turn off the what's it? Okay, I did turn off the sub-only stream thing that I had on Sunday. But how you guys doing? Welcome. Today I hope to get some bugs sorted out. Mainly that weird balance one. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to start with anyway. What am I focused on? There it goes. NES breakout. There it goes. I'm already lighting apples. Yeah, so I just saw the manga update today. I forget the name of the one. I don't know. It's all hard to remember. The Doctor, how you doing? Would you use it? No, it would not. It would not actually. No. All right. So that main bug that I wanted to take care of today, or try and take care of today anyway, was the one where it bounced. The ball bounced kind of weird if it's at an extreme angle, off of the brick. I want to see if I can first make that repeatable, and then we'll work from there. I don't think I unplugged my other controller the other day. I remember that now. I'm still going to use it though because the PS4 controller is a little heavy and big and clunky, and this one isn't. I still haven't like cleaned this thing out or anything. I haven't opened it again, but I do need to plug it in though. I don't know where the wire went. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. Let's see if this is it. This might be it. This might be it. I think this is it. Just some guy. How you doing? I mean, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll close Steam. There it goes. Steam is gone now. Now I remember I unbound all the buttons on it, so let's go ahead and rebind those buttons. Epic Unknown, how you doing? Bridgewater, hello. I never even bothered trying, so no. Right, clear those. That one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and then that one, and that one. B and then A. Okay. But yeah, I'm just gonna truck that up to the controller itself, the actual hardware on the thing. I heard fire alarms going off there for a second. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I forgot I had the gravity and all that crap in it too. So for this, I'm gonna change a few things. I'm gonna load up a map that only has one brick in the middle of it. I'm gonna turn off the gravity thing, and I'm gonna do some other stuff so I can make everything very reproducible. You know. Oh, this is something else. That's I started working on the Steam screenshot stuff I have again. I'm not gonna do it on stream now. All right, so first things first is the gravity. We're getting rid of that. What else? Oh, we need a map with one tile in it. We'll use board 7, and we're gonna put one of those guys like right there. That'll work. Save that. Minimize over here. Start map. It's gonna be 7. Okay. So we got now. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Over here. Reload. Gravity smooth. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna keep that in there. I think I'm gonna keep the gravity in there. All right, so we got that going. Good. Oh, and I do have the angle stuff going. I forgot. I'm like, why is that ball look like it's not going Add perfect 45. It wasn't. That's why. All right. So, in order to make testing a little bit easier, I'm also going to disable getting rid of the brick on collision. Yeah. Check brick collide. Yeah. Hurt check. Vert collide. Do collide. Do vertical brick collide. Here it goes. Okay, so this right here is what we're going to be removing. Or just these guys. I'm not using Y anywhere else, am I? I don't think so. Okay, so that's the brick collide, the vertical off. Zoning, how you doing? With more than one operand, no. Well, there are the index ones, which aren't. No, they actually don't technically have two operands. It's a different opcode entirely. So no, they only have one operand, if any at all. If you don't consider absolute address, no. Well, there is that. Yeah, well, I think I consider that one operand, even though it's 2 bytes wide. Well, not enough for everybody, right? Z-page relative instructions. 0-page relative. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. With what that would do. Okay, so do I have a do horizontal collide? I do have a do horizontal collide. Okay. So same idea. We're not going to be removing that. Brick row address law. Okay, that's what that is. Right, that's the one that actually removes it from the screen. I don't want to remove it from the screen either. So the vert destroy and the horizontal destroy are the PPU addresses to write zeros to, essentially. I don't want to be doing that because I still want it on screen, right? So now let's see what happens. Beautiful. Okay. So now let's change the start position of the ball and the direction. So when I saw the glitch happen last, it was traveling left, and it hit the bottom edge, basically, of the bottom corner of the brick. It's for the BBR BBS branch bit set and race. Okay. They do each one for each bit, and they take 0-page address and a different branch. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of these guys. I almost want to, like, get a little heads-up display kind of thing for the ball coordinates, but I don't know. Maybe not yet. Where is this guy actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So that's see how what's the offset that I have from the top of the map? Step no. Wall stuff, edge. Oh, that's in a different file altogether, isn't it? Probably. Map data, where is that? Map data.I. Number of maps. Map width and height. No. No, because it's an offset, isn't it? Wasn't where do I set that? Main somewhere? Where do I set it? Windows bumping. Yeah. I get that. GVM dings at me a lot. I don't know if I like it. Here we go. Board width and height. That's... No, that's not the offsets, though. That's just that right there. I think he's wrong. I mean... I thought I had an offset set somewhere, didn't I? Where is that? Generate credits, no. Collision, oh, it's like a decompressed map or something like that. Something to do with the map. Map decode, this guy. Can you hear that? The fire alarm's going off? I'm pretty sure for a full nest immersion you have to use DOS, alright? Does DOS have a bell? I mean, there's a bell ASCII code, isn't there? It's like beep the little PC speaker that's on the board, on the motherboard. I could have swore. Bank coming from over there. Could have swore I had this file somewhere. I've been looking for it for too long too. I don't know. I'll just start picking stuff. Oh no, Q. All right. So initial ball X and Y. Where is that? There it is. Let's say 190. And Y will bump that up a bit. So let's start at 100, and we are moving left. And let's see what this gets us. That's about right. Maybe a little higher. Yeah, higher by like let's say 64 or 60 or something like that. I don't know. So let's say 40. That's some kind of system sound. Yeah, that was the system sound. It was a little beeper speaker. Are you sure you can't do get full nest dev experience using by using HPUX or some obscure Japanese only system, right? Femin DOS. I mean, I think it exists. I think. I haven't tried, mind you. But probably. So someone's bound to have done it, right? Someone out there is bound to have like gotten Vim running on Windows 3.1 or something like that. Yeah. That's a little high. That's too high. Yeah. All right, let's add a little bit to that. Let's go to 60. I don't see any problem with working on DOS. The only issue I would see is the 16-bit thing. Akamaffin, how you doing? Yeah, ours was officially supported on DOS with some version. Really? Maybe access some particular terminal behavior and it's not present in DOS. We can try to. Yeah, I mean the only thing that I'd see it having trouble with would just be a modern toolchain, really. Getting that toolchain to compile something that'll run on DOS. Used to run Emacs on DOS using DJGPP. I don't know what that is. Captain Longfox, how you doing? Welcome. Did you know that DOS originally called Quick and Dirty Operating System? I didn't. Ah, I forgot about that too. It wasn't good though. Did they actually get off the ground? That's good to hear. It's good to hear. The last version available is 7.1. Version 7.2 and later are too big to fit in a DOS memory model. Well, there you go. All right. We don't have a complete season. All right, that's about 8 or so high, I think. So let's go to 70. Why not? I know I said 8, but that's like perfect. All right. And then let's see, initial speed, whole, and fractional. All right, so these guys, let me do that over here. So these guys, I want them to be different for X and Y. X will have the same, I think, but for Y, I want to change that to something else. Load 0, store that into Y plus 1. Load up, you know what, let's just load up nothing in Y, in the Y speed, and get it colliding, directly with the edge there, and see if we can like move it down a pixel at a time, and see if that, triggers anything. 8 megabytes, that's a bit. It's loading story. Okay, so that one works. Let's add 1 pixel and see if it still works. Where's, there it is. 71. I could probably like, I don't know, have a button do this, but whatever. Or actually, you know what? I can just memory edit this stuff, because like it's not resetting the ball, it's just moving it. Ball Y. Yeah, that's it. So I want to do 48, right? Yeah, it's 1 by 1. Okay. 49. 4A. Missed. Okay. So the white gizmo in the corner. This little guy down here, that is my button inputs. So that's just the emulator. Or you mean up top? That's a boost. What was that? Wait a minute. What? It's for when there's gravity. But I turned that off for now. Ball speed, ball speed, ball speed, ball speed, paddle speed. Oh, it's down here, I think, somewhere, isn't it? Credit stuff. Attribute. Oh, Messin, why are you doing this? Oh, jeez. It loaded only one of them. It loaded up the credits, labels, and not the game. Because we're using the same memory space for 2 different, purposes, right? So there are labels that overlap, but they're never used at the same time, right? So this over here, like this is the map. This is part of the map right here. But we don't see that because of course we don't. Jeez. What did I call it? Boost pool. What is the address for this guy? $536. There it is. Let's change that to like 3. There it goes. Is it boosted nice powers next? QT? Yeah, right. So that ain't right. It's just not bouncing with the ceiling there. I hope that's because I turned something off. That's what I hope, honestly. We'll come back to that, I think. We'll come back to that, because whatever. Alright, so now let's get a little bit of vertical speed in there. So load up, let's say, what are the actual values that I can have down there? Okay, I kind of want to print these out, but not really, you know. C, no, not C. It's gonna be up and over here. Ground speed. These guys. Can I copy? New. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So these are the values in that table, all right? And they're grouped up in 2. For X, or for basically X and Y. There it goes. No name, whatever. Hey, nice macro, right? Too lazy to do anything. Okay, so let's actually just use these values, yeah? So let's it's not gonna be 00 and 2. Let's try. Okay. You know what? Initial ball speed X. Can I have like full numbers here? Probably. So this is gonna be. Yeah, this will be a word, I guess, right? So 0018. Initial ball speed Y. 01. No, I did the other way around actually. E8. So okay. All right. So we're gonna grab initial ball speed X. +1. Do the same thing for Y. You know, I can just do this. X in place of Y. Bam. Okay. Have my hand in reversing order. What could possibly go wrong, right? Alright. That one actually worked fine. Okay, let's move it down by one pixel, and see if it still hits. So these guys are not being used right now. There we go. 72. Right, that was Y, right? Yeah, that was Y. Okay. 73. Was it even colliding at this point before? I don't know if it was. Okay, and there it missed. You know, I'm gonna move a little bit closer to the brick. That's fine. Just barely missed it. All right, well. A little closer again. Okay. Alright, so that one looks fine. Let's go with the next one at 01B8 and no, 01D0. D0 and 0030. All right, that one missed. Let's move it up a little bit. Nope. I kind of want to like write button inputs for these. Like over here, load up, button up, paste that there. If it's up, we're going to game RAM automation. Hooray! Well, semi-automation. X and Y. Or no, that's gonna be res 1. That's not gonna be 2 at all. Semi hooray. Where are they? Not the ball speed. No. I want the X and Y. So we're gonna store these also in ball start X and ball start Y. Then down here, we're gonna, it's up, we're gonna decrement ball start X, or the Y rather. And isn't that like a reset ball? What's, hang on. Select JSR reset ball. Let's go here. Some X and Y. Oh. No, 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 no. No, 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 not there. Instead, in the init, up here, I know you can't really see this very well, but just bear with me for a second. Right before reset ball, we're loading up initial ball X, and we're also gonna do Y, or I'll do that we're gonna store that into ball start X, and doing the same thing for Y. And over here, doing that. So it's not loading from a constant anymore. Instead, it's reading the constant and saving that into memory, and we can reset. We can change that when it does its thing. That's fine. I might even keep that in there for some stuff later on, but we'll see. All right, button A, button up. Button down. Button left. Increment. Now we're gonna decrement X. And then okay. So now I should be able to move the start position of the ball. There it goes. Look at that. That's what computers are for. The playing breakout with your friend in Discord. Okay, you telling him the battle movements. Outcome. Can you test it to the net? I mean, maybe, probably. I've thought about it. I don't know how I would set it up though. You know. Speedrunning code here, right? I'm not sure how I would go about setting that up, honestly, because I would need some. I would need like I'd probably need to write everything up in Lua or something like that, right? Because that's what the scripting engine in Messen is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe. And I'm not sure what happens when, or rather, I'm not sure if I can run long running scripts in Messen. I don't think I can because at one point I hit an error where like Messen killed the Lua code because it was taking too long to run. So I don't know. All right, so I kind of want to. We're gonna add some debugging information as sprites. Yeah, so update ball coordinates here in this. So I don't like manually typing this crap out, so I'm not going to. Eventually, I'm gonna hit A and B to change the index there. Why don't I just do that now? Hang on. Yeah, let's do that now. Frame. Okay, we're not boosting the ball anymore. Instead, if button A is pressed, no, come on. Game RAM. Ball angle index as 1. 6502 ASM fast, Lua slow. No, it was something like the Lua taking more than a frame, and it freaked out then, I think. Yeah. Of course, that might have been because like the callback I had for it was on the frame end, so it would have just kept launching the function over and over and over again, which would have been bad because that'd just be a runaway memory hog. Frame interrupt. Yeah, I forget what I was doing exactly with it though. Okay, ball angle index. We are, yes, bit more direction. Oh no, we're doing that first, right? So we're loading up ball angle index, right? On A, we want to actually increase it. Load it up. Compare it to something. 12, I think. 12. Branch on carry clear over there. No A to be less confusing. Decrement. Ball angle index. I want to stop at the index, you know. Or you know what? No, let's just wrap it around. Around the index, and this is update the ball speed. Okay, so we're gonna load up, or no, we're not gonna load up anything. Instead, we're going to ASL A twice to get the index. We're essentially doing this. We're essentially gonna be doing this right here. Only we're not storing that in the stack. Instead, we are going to be storing that in just the ball speed stuff. So the first one we want stored in X. I think it's backwards though. Yeah, that's backwards. And this one, wait, hang on. Yeah, this one's Y. That. Okay. And I also want a you know what, hang on. We need some. I don't have it open, that's why it's not up there. some debugging CHR stuff. Where is this one? So I want all this stuff. Copy, paste. Actually, you know what? It was the new E5. No. Well, no. What's 256? No. I can't do math in my head. Hang on. 128, isn't it? It's 128. Okay. 28. Yeah, although it is doing it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, right. All right, so I got 0 through 9 or 0 through 9, and let's also get A through F. Take these guys, copy that, paste, move them over there, save that. Oh, that was for something else. Okay. That was something else unrelated. Code NES breakout. Hex sprite. Okay. So we're gonna make a new file here. Make file. Is that what I? No, it's going to be hex CHR. Just so I don't have to change anything else. What do you mean? No, I didn't. Because I don't have these named correctly. So I don't have that part automated. Okay. They're the same line, but because I named the source and destination files differently with a different base name, I had to do stupid stuff. I had to actually repeat everything out. There it goes. So now we have a hex CHR somewhere, right? Yeah, right there. Okay. Could add that. main. The correct main. There it goes. Hex data, hex CHR data .inc bin hex.chr 0 and what was it, 16 or 8? 16 times 16 actually, because it's a full. Why is buff type set? There it goes. It's a full row. So those guys we're going to be putting in the other table here. The other character bank. Word hex CHR data. Byte is going to be 16, and my indents are broken because of course they are. Destination pattern table and PRG bank. What is the syntax for that? Is it just like the first? What are we talking about? Right, okay. There's three, but wait a minute, hang on. Oh, where's the right CHR? Because there's load and then there's right, isn't there? There we go. Okay, so it's just the first bit. All right. Okay. So that's going to be 0. No, it's CE. Probably. I don't know. Then over in the game, we're gonna go up here. Load up 0, 1, 2, 3. JSR to load CHR data. So that should put some data where we want it. Go out of that. Let's see if that does it actually. Let's see. Well, it did. It didn't put it where I wanted it to put it, but it put it somewhere. That's neat. Okay. I wanted it up here, in this table up here. So I guess I never tested that. I guess. A9A is powerful for newcomers. Basically, an ASCII game, yeah, right? But like, if it was an ASCII game, like, it snapped to the columns or whatever, you know. A DOS game, woo! All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check that code, I guess. It's on my eye, I feel. Right, CHR data. All right. Where's it? I mean, huh? Could be a funny Easter egg in the game. I mean, it could be, yeah, but not really something intended. You see? We're gonna debug that function real quick. Not there, but over here. Okay, so the first one is the original stuff, right? So nothing. Well, there are things in there right now, but the first thing it's gonna write is the paddle and the ball and all that stuff, which it does. Good. Okay, now the second one, it should be writing on the other table, right? So we're gonna bit it. It's not minus, it's positive. It went anyway. I'm just an idiot, aren't I? Because C is not that, right? Because I need 40, not C. C is both of them? So I'm just an idiot. That's what that boils down to. All right. Okay. Where's the table? There's the table. That should be 40. And I think it's just like the bottom bits for everything else. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, there we go. That's better. And if I, not that. If I bring up, well, no, not one of them. This one again. There we go. So now we've got hex values in the first row of the top table there. That's beautiful. This is actually going to break things. Because I'm already using down here for sprites. Shoot. Let's do this. Over here, layer, no, sprite, canvas size. Height is going to be 16, like that. Move that to the bottom. Okay, there. Well, yes, but no. Grab these guys, copy that, paste it there, save that. Give it a put a double high. So not 16, but 32. Where is it? And what's the? I still need to I need to actually write a function to manipulate the PPU registers easier. But I don't know. It's too hard or whatever. Sprite tile select? Yeah. So 2000. All right. So where do we write to 2000 over here? In draw current map. Don't care about that one. What is this one? That's an NMI. Let's do this. Oops. I'll do that real quick. Okay. So now sprites are using the other table. In theory. Not that one. That one, reset that. Bam. Okay, so now in theory, the sprite's are using this table up here. So if I take the ball, for instance, which is currently using index 0A, and make that 10. So we're gonna scroll up here. I said scroll up there. I said scroll up. Come on, there it goes. Where is it? 0A. So I'm gonna make this 10. Good. So that means that we are using the correct table. I'm gonna change that back though. I don't need that to be 10. I need it to be 0A. Why is it darker though? Oh, probably because when I copied over the stuff, it screwed with the palette. Oh, whatever. I don't care. It's fine. What else was I gonna do? Oh yeah. So now that I have that, I'm going to drop a sprite, like next to the one that's that's already there, right? Next to this guy. And boost pool stuff. So loading up 16, which is height and width, or from the top and the X and Y. But no, I'm gonna load up 24. So it's next to it, right? This one is the tile index, right? Probably. I did save, right? Right, okay, good. It moved the other one because I'm writing it to the same. I'm writing it to the same freaking sprite. This no, these only need to be 6. Didn't do anything. Did at least put a sprite there, because that'd be nice. It did. Tile index is 0, 0. 0, 0, not 10. Okay. That's why. It's a blank tile. There we go. Okay. So that's going to display the index. So this is going to be angle sprite tile. Control no paste. Okay, so that's an address now, or it is whatever, doesn't matter. See, so this one highlights nice. This one highlights alright, but this one doesn't for whatever reason. I think I like don't have the math one included in that regex. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so on each frame on the update ball stuff. Update ball sprite, load up ball angle index, and store that into angle sprite tile. Not quite. I mean, it's doing something. Oh, is it not changing the X as well? Where's... Oh, it is. What do I call it? Ball angle index, right? Thank you for the phone, brother. I appreciate that. Not that. That one. 0, 1, 2. Oh, because I don't end it with or it with 10. There you go. I'm breaking a lot of crap here, you know. Doing a lot of things that I'm gonna have to undo later on. Pain in the butt. You know what? Let's, instead of updating it there, Come on, where is it? There it goes. And check paddle collide. Here it goes. For this guy, update ball angle. Oh, let me just no. Let me just do it here. Actually, and the ball angle. Or, well, this is going to be one spot I'm doing it anyway. Alright, so there's that, and... Oh yeah, I can do them. I can do it over here as well. So basically, I want that angle thing to... It's not even updating now. Yeah, it updated when I did that. Okay. Oh, probably because when I So no, we're not doing it there. Not doing it there. When I hit A, I want to do it. Over there. Yeah. There it goes. Oh, I got that again. I got the orbit. Oh no, I did. Oh, because that's before the that's after the shift. Okay, that's why. You do it before the shift. Then it won't multiply it or whatever by like 4 and put it God knows where. I also need to oh. I'm just breaking it more and more. Why? What is this? What is this? Oh. Ball speed is -1 in both directions. Okay, so we're gonna add a check to update ball right here. Yeah. So if load up ball x plus 1. If that's negative, something's gone wrong. Bit or bit that instead. Branch on positive x. Okay. Bit ball y plus 1 branch plus y. Okay. Otherwise, It's lying to me. It's just lying to me. Cause AA. Oh. Maybe not. Why is it AA? Why is it AA? Like it shouldn't be AA. It's not. Hang on. What? Wait, word. Why is it AA there? It shouldn't be. Button press logic. What? Do I set that up top or something like that? Wait, where's? Okay, that's in the 0 page. So that's never being touched really. Is that being like initialized up here somewhere? Reset ball. Storing 0 in both of them. I don't. So this break will jump to the RQ handler and just return whatever and. What? No op? What? Oh, and now, oh jeez, it's the debugger. The debugger did that. I need to be looking at the speed, not the X and Y. That's why. That's why that was breaking. Any break will give you negative points. You have 60 seconds to avoid hitting the bricks. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so let's try that again. There we go, okay. All right. Why is it FF? Why can't I step back anymore? Missed. Missed again. I keep missing. Bam. Okay. So it's still FF. It's gonna be a little while, I think. Because I'm going through a bunch of button logic. Just take the derivative of the speed. That's impossible. That's a mistake. Oh, yeah, that's totally possible. Yeah. Captain Bye, how you doing? Very much so, yes. But I'm looking for where it underflows. Because it shouldn't be underflowing. I need to know where it's happening so I can stop it from happening, you know. So let me what is this? I don't care about your update, ShareX. Go away. Let me actually make a breakpoint instead. Marks +1. Wait, we're not FF anymore. No, that's edit a breakpoint on right when A, no, not A. Well, yeah, why not? When A equals FF. That ain't gonna really work, I don't think, because if it's an increment or decrement, it's not gonna work. But we'll try it anyway. Really? I can't put that stuff out, that's why. Can't put that stuff out. So it's taking garbage off the stack. Where was that? Hang on something other. Oh, it's right here. Look at that. Didn't I thought I did? Hang on. Wait a minute. Oh, I go. Wait a minute. It's still right there. Didn't I remove that? I thought I did. X is 44. Wait a minute. What? I ordered it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Right. So we are going to transfer it to X, or store it, transfer X back to A, do the things. Okay. So it was grabbing angle data from God knows where, which that's why the stuff didn't really look right. It still doesn't look right. It's bouncing correctly now anyway. Yeah, it's bouncing now anyway. Is it negative because it needs to go up? No, so the speed is always a positive speed. There's a ball direction that handles the actual direction of the ball, up, down, left, right. I was originally doing like negative speed for going the other direction, but that proved a bit more problematic than it needed to be. It's just easier to have a different variable entirely for direction, because I'm checking direction in a lot of places, right? Like, oh, well, if the ball's going this way, do this thing over here, but the ball's traveling right instead, we're going to do this stuff over here. So it's actually a lot easier, lot faster, just to say, okay, which way is the ball going? We're putting that in its own variable. We're putting the direction in 2 bits in this other variable over here, so we don't have to look at negative numbers, or determine a negative number based on the speed or whatever crap. So it's simplified a lot of places where I can just bit an address, and well, if it's plus, we're going this way, or if it's if the overflow is set, we're doing the other thing. Right, so spread angle, I don't ever want that to be 0, I think, actually. So we're gonna load 1 in there. Okay. So that's never written to anywhere else. Ball angle index? That ain't right. Oh, because... You know what? Yeah, I just need to do that, because during the frame stuff is when it... Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's not changing it there either. And when it resets, it's not doing it? Okay. Reset ball. Where are you? Come on. Speed X and Y, we're going to change that to... the angle index, really. I have to say it's quite interesting seeing this assembly program, even though I don't know a lot about assembly. Well, thanks, appreciate that. Also, if you want to know the theme for this, it's exclamation point theme, and it'll drop links to the GitHub. It's not mine; it's someone else I found, as well as the font that I'm using. Update, or no, it's just angle. Update ball angle. Let's go here. Yeah, you can learn the language agnostic stuff, yeah. I mean, maybe not as much as another language, but, I mean, yeah. So this just stores the angle here. Oh, right, because this one is authoritative. The horizontal distance between things, but no, I don't want the horizontal distance. Instead, up the ball angle by index. Update ball index by update ball angle by index. Thank you for the file, by the way. I appreciate that. And some basic how do computer work under the hood things. Yeah. Granted, the newer computers are a bit different than they were back then. Reset. Uh-oh, wait a minute. This swaps direction. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Because this changes the angle on the ball. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. Hang on. We're gonna load up ball direction. Push to the stack. PLA, right? Push, pull, okay. Right, because the angle changes the speed. I don't want to break that function, so I'm just going to store the ball direction and save the ball direction somewhere else real quick on the stack, and then save it after the function. Written some small bits and pieces in assembly. GCD implementation. Okay. But I'm nowhere near to say I am experienced. Yes, this is a lot more simpler. A lot simpler than x86. Like this right here. This is the entirety of the official opcodes, or not opcodes, but instructions for the 6502. There ain't many. There ain't many at all. And there's only like a handful of addressing modes. So if I go down to like add carry, this is all but 2 addressing modes, and those 2 addressing modes are specific to certain instructions. Well, obviously, one addressing mode only works with one instruction, and the other addressing mode is for a group of instructions that are branching. So these guys here, the relative stuff. Yeah, all 56 instructions. Oh. So I have more or less memorized all these instructions. I do need to look at it every once in a while to like, oh wait, what is this really the one I want? Like for the stack operations, I don't use very often, so I gotta usually check those. The shifting and rotation stuff I check every once in a while because I get it mixed up, and I haven't used what's it? TXS, TSX. I know what they do, but I haven't used those. The stack pointer stuff. I think everything else I've used. I don't think I've not used any other one. Well, I clearly the overflow flag I've never used, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, so you can easily memorize this entire list with all its addressing modes. Yeah, 9 or so. There's so few addressing modes in 6502 assembly. Alright, everything was all set, right? Right. So let's see what happens. Come on. I reload. I haven't found a good use for TXS than initialization. Yeah, that's where I'm using it, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, okay, well that... didn't change which one it used. The paddle bounce, it didn't update it. Because it should be updating it with that. Well, that's right there. Reset ball. This isn't really the one I want to be working with. Oh, I removed it. Didn't I? Well, it's right there, actually. Well, no, yes, I did. We're just gonna not do that when it updates. We're just gonna do that every frame. Like that. Okay. Who123, how you doing? Welcome. Are there more than that with Intel? Yeah, there's a lot more than that with Intel. Yeah. So few. There's the big 8 plus a handful of others. Yeah. Yeah, modern Intel has like, I'm sure, a million. I don't know. Probably. All I know is the manual you could probably kill somebody with if you swung it at them. All right. There we go. Now we're actually updating correctly. I have the coordinates backwards though. No, it's on when I'm doing A. When I hit A, I want to swap the ones I'm actually using, so these guys are going to be, oops, not one, Y, and these guys are going to be X. There we go. Why, when I reset it, it does that? Okay, well, reset ball doesn't work. Maybe it does? I don't know. Nope. Oh, wait. Because on left, oh geez, that's why. That's why. So we're gonna move this guy over here. No? Let's go here. Really? Okay. Well, to say it was a great experience to write x86 assembly and send the results Xcode. Just a long hexagon, yeah, right? Waz wrote this game in hexagon. Old Apple though. Yeah, Waz is a different story though. He's on another level than I am, that's for sure, or was anyway. I don't know if he still is or not, but yeah, his stuff was like next level. All right. To sneeze. Maybe not. Okay. I'm okay. I think. Alright, so reset ball routine. We're zeroing out the fractional portion of the coordinate. So we're 0, 0 in the ball direction. Okay. Because that was the initial... Okay. Well, I mean, that should be fine. It's this right here that breaks things, because the angle's wrong. Basically. Right. Yeah, I've got a lot of speed in Y, but not on X. Yeah, update by index. So we're going over here. So X is C. Bounce speed. What bounce speed? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's the table. Yeah, was the stuff revolutionized? Yeah. Yeah, well, it was. Yeah. All right. So 048 and 1B8. So we want 048 or yeah, 048 in X. On left. Is it though? I guess. No, we wanted 048 in Y. Never mind, not X. Okay. So is it still on the other side? Excuse me? Why are you on the left? You're supposed to be on the left. Oh, wait a minute. Index A. I did store that, right? Yeah, store, okay. This is what I get for jumping in the middle of a function. I mean, it's still wrong, which is neat. I don't know why. Reset ball 0, right? So it's always on one side of it. What, like the... On the right side. Always on the right side. Changing the initial ball direction, which that shouldn't be anything an issue. Start X and Y, that's not an issue. Guess this angle. Alright, so we're on right. Speed Y. Wait a minute. Left and right do the same thing. Did I... Hang on. Was that something I, like, just did? Those movie parts of the... I have seen that. That is a fantastic movie. Init game frame. No. Reset ball here. I didn't change that. No, it wasn't reset ball. It was update ball angle. I just added some stuff. Is that always broken? Was it always broken? All in winter, how you doing? Yep. That might have always been broken. But that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. Cause like these are the exact same thing. These are the exact same thing. What? Which makes sense, actually. It makes sense in this context. It doesn't make sense for the reset. No, we're changing it now. Actually, I think that'll actually break things. It'll break the balance. Yeah, because regardless of what side we're on, we're still changing the speed the same depending on how far away we are. Because I had these flip before, and it was broken before. I remember that now. 3D Code Warrior, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so I don't even need to do like this branch and stuff. Like that doesn't need. I don't need to do that because I don't care which side it's on until I'm doing the bounce itself. So that's where I care about all that, is the bounce, not the ball speed stuff. So I need to re-implement this over here. Yes, well, I didn't. I didn't need it there. I didn't. I thought I did, and at the beginning I had the two branches were. So what I'm doing here is I don't even need to do is putting this stuff on the stack either. So I was taking stuff. I was reading values from a data table, right? The table that's way down here. It's in a macro. And I was pushing those values to the stack, and then depending on which side I was on, left or right, I was writing the X value first or writing to the Y value first, right? Which would swap which values go where, right? But I don't need to do that at all. At all. So now I can just be like, no, this one is really X. Like this. And then this one is really Y. Oops. Like that. Get rid of that, and all these guys. Oops. And now if I can get the ball bouncing, oh. Well, that's new. It doesn't have a speed to start with. All right, well, let's just give it a speed. Ball one, no. Speed. X, Y, 1. Not 9, I want 1. There it goes. There we go, I just needed something to initialize it too. Alright, well, this might work. Really? Oh! There we go! That's what I was looking for! Right there. Beautiful. So that's just legacy code for negative speed idea? Not even. It was just incorrect code from a while back. What is that? That is a bug that I've seen a few times, but I haven't really been able to reproduce it until now. So, we want to check. We want a breakpoint somewhere. We want a breakpoint during the collide. What? I have no idea. So that right there is the original bug I wanted to try and find. That's why I started making all these changes, is to find that bug. Find that weird bounce. Check for collide. This is the one that does the collision, right? Let's see. Vert check. Check to put collision. No vert collide. It's a horizontal collision, I think. Either way, I'm going to set a breakpoint on that one and the other one. This guy and horizontal do collide. Oh, this is all the changes I've done today are just on that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I added some hex stuff to get the display up there, so I knew which angle it was going at. The initial speed stuff, again, changing so I can narrow it down easier. The extra sprites are the bug display. So I'm pretty sure everything that I have in here is for finding this bug. Or if you mean commit here with all the debug stuff in there. I can do that, I suppose. Let me, what's the, hang on. This one. I forget the command for it. Give me a second. There we go. Git add or all of them. All. To help debug. Angle ID in corner, or angle ID sprite. Added a ball reset to the D-pad directions while changing the initial ball XY coordinate. There we go. Doesn't actually matter. Okay. I didn't want to reset. Didn't want to reset. Best command is 7. Well, thank you. I think it was 3, right? And then up here somewhere? That one was a little weird, though. Right there. That wasn't as extreme at... Here we go. Okay. We are colliding vertically. Why are we colliding vertically? Compare the code. Yeah, pretty much. Because it checks vertical collide first. What's my speed? Wait, you know what do I have? Do I have that, Oh, it's not gonna print when it's paused, though. It's not gonna print when it's paused. Is it when the sprite hits the corner of the other sprite? Well, technically, it's just a sprite and a background tile. So I'm not checking collisions with the sprite graphics themselves. I'm checking with math and stuff in memory. So this visual representation is actually one frame in the past of what I'm actually working with. If that makes any sense. Why is there a vertical collision? That's a good question, honestly. So I'm backing up to get to the beginning of all the point collide code. So for each side, it checks 2 points of collision, right? Okay, so for X and Y, we got, no, I want, ball X, or no, let's, ball X. Yeah, that's right, okay. And ball Y, okay. First time, why are we colliding vertically? Going full philosophical. What is vertical anyway, right? What does it mean? Okay, so at the very top of this, we are getting, let's do this. Let's go to, not as comments. No. We're gonna switch to source view instead. All right. So, at the very top, we are getting 2 points, point A and point B, that we are going to be checking for collisions, right? Do I have something else for these things? I do, don't I? Hang on. They're in, that one, here it goes. Right, so the purple and the green on each side is what we're checking every frame. So first we're checking the vertical ones, and we are traveling, which direction are we traveling? We're traveling down, right? Or we're traveling up. Ball direction, what's the, oh, I can just row display format in binary. And 0, 0 is what again? I forget. Game RAM. No. Main, because it's. What is vertical? What is? Yeah. So we are going down and left. Okay. Okay. So 0, 0. So for the ball direction, I'm only looking at the first two bits there, bits 7 and 6. So let's back it up just a little bit more. Okay. Point A, point B. Let's actually get those in over here as well. Well, tools, watch window. Point A. Let's get 2 of those. I think. Valid label. What do you mean valid label? Oh yeah, point A at X. Right. And point A at Y. Point B at X. And point B at Y. All right. Direction minus going up. We are not going up. We're going down. Load up the Y. So this is 44, right? Yeah, load up 44. Clear the carry, add the edge collide offset. Add? Yes, because that's Y. That's the vertical, not X. Yeah. Jump to vertical check. That's fine. That works. All right, check 2-point collision. So this is where we take those 2 points and see if either one of those points collide with a brick. So first we look at point A, temp X, and temp Y. So first we're looking at point A, which is point A? So this is the point to the left, right? So this we're checking this point right here. That's one we're checking first, then we're gonna check the other one. So jump into check point collide, which checks a single point. Well, that's what I was looking for before. The board offset Y. I don't know where that's actually defined. I forget where it's defined. Branch and carry set. Okay, so we're not above the board. All right. And this is comparing that to the below board. Okay. All right, so we are not above or below the board. And we're also checking for left and right of the board, which we are not. We are in the board. So then we take that X and Y point and we get the brick address that corresponds with that, right? So that's what this is. Wrong column. Actually, hang on. What? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Well, wrong column. Takes X, Y, oh, I think that comment might be wrong. That comment's wrong there. All right, look at that row's pointer. All right. So X and Y have the row and column. Other way around. X has the column, Y has the row of that tile. So 4 and B. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yup. Okay. And B is 11. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That ain't exactly right, though. I mean, I think the math checks out. That ain't really right, you know? You know what I think is actually happening? I think it's embedding itself into into the wall. So math cannot fail. Yeah. So I think what's happening is the ball is going fast enough sideways that the vertical collision triggers first before the horizontal collision. And the other way to really fix that, DSC, how you doing? I mean, it's not race condition in the traditional sense of like multiple things doing this, multiple processes or whatever. Faster check first. So I could check if X or Y speed is greater, and depending on the outcome, check the vertical or horizontal collision first, right? So if we're going faster horizontally than we are vertically, check the horizontal collision first, then the vertical collision. Otherwise, if we're going faster vertically than we are going horizontally, check the vertical collision first. Because currently, I only have it check. It's always checking the vertical first and then the horizontal. Race condition in single-threaded code still counts. I mean, let's see if this happens with 4, index 4 as well. Or both check before decision. Etterfaust, how you doing? At least it gets ejected. Yeah, at least it gets ejected, right? So basically, it embeds itself into the brick, which technically means that it's colliding both vertically and horizontally. Correct. Yes. But the fact that I'm checking one collision and then aborting the other check if it collides. That would be logical since the ball will probably bounce in inverse direction, so it's faster movement. Yeah. I mean, the other option would be checking for the vertical and horizontal collision, but not acting on it until the very end, right? Before I act on it, I check the distance it's embedded in either direction, right? But I don't like that one. So instead, I think I will do. Yeah. So the vertical and horizontal check, I need to break out into their own thing, I think. Yeah. Well, not necessarily break out, but Deedle, how you doing? Tell me back, I want to put my bikes in random locations. Deedle, that's not. Welcome, Deedle. How you doing? How's your night going? That wouldn't help me at all, by the way, Deedle. That would just make things worse, I think. Random. But I don't have the RNG function in this code. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Instead of jumping, we're gonna RTS, and down here, RTS, like that. Move this. Somewhere else. Oops. Assembly time RNG. Additional difficulty. All right, so above the vert check. Oh. Hang on. All right, we're gonna put that back there real quick. Where can I split this? Ball is going down, ball is going up. Okay. Here, compare X and Y speeds if X is greater, or if X is greater, horizontal first, if Y is greater, vertical first. Change it to that. Okay. Just explain that in the mail and we're all clear. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Brick for a check. Something going wrong. I have no idea. Don't bother with it either, because no one cares about this anyways. Check horizontal. What did I just name? Brick, vert, or horizontal. Check, like that. This guy's gonna be an RTS, as well as there. Do brick vertical. What is this though? I think I can just jump there, honestly. Wait, did I check? Hang on, did I check both collisions? Hey Squared, how you doing? Welcome. I'm not sure using large dispute would really be correct. Consider what would happen if you're moving mostly vertically down, but still embed yourself into the brick from the side of the brick. I mean, you're not wrong. Be a rarer problem. I don't know if that'd be good though, because then it's the problem's still there. It's just harder to find. You know? Not wrong is the best kind of correct. If this fails to have good laughs, I mean, yeah. Act on vert. Wait, what was this? Does that exist? That doesn't even exist anymore. Wait, it did this no matter what, didn't it? Yeah, it did that no matter what. Hackman level 2, it is a level problem in the making. I don't know about that. They can, yes. They can. There's a profile. It was actually added in the last major release. This guy here. Wait for NMI. It takes a lot of time because, surprise, surprise, is waiting for a long time. Then write sprites, read controllers, really. Exclusive cycle count 6666. That's a good sign, isn't it? Check 2-point collision is fairly expensive. 43,000 cycles. I mean, that's total, I think, right? Total so far. I wish before modifying has been less than back then. Read controls is slow. Waits for a stream of data. Not quite. It shifts bits off of a register, which is why it's slow, because it rotates bits. It rotates off of the register and then rotates onto what's it? The destination address, and it does that in a loop. It can be unrolled, and a lot of the that'll remove a lot of the cycles if I enroll the loop. I haven't really bothered to, because I haven't been that pressed for performance, so I don't need to bother with it. I'm probably gonna have no time for that. Yeah, the reset one, by the way, that's like your entry point, and that's the top level. We started here. Everything's gonna be here pretty much. So that's when you're not in any other subroutine. Basically, you're in the frame, more or less. Check out for day. All right, you have a good night. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Checkpoint collide is kind of expensive. Not as expensive as reading the controllers, oddly enough. Right, price is expensive, but that's understandable, because that's waiting on PPU speed. 99.96 of everything is there, you know, in what the yeah, because I mean it is like, aside from the NMI stuff, I mean even then that's probably counted in this somewhere, because I don't even see what is this? In memory function? What does that mean? Maybe that's NMI. The game just didn't reset the whole time. What if everything's in ROM? It's getting from RAM? PC load letter? Sure. But yes, I do actually have some code in RAM. So the NMI handler, the main NMI handler, is actually up in RAM. Well, here, the NMI is in NES RAM, so it duplicated a bunch. But that's only like 3 bytes. Yeah. So the main NMI handler. So this is the address that's actually in the vector, way down at the bottom. But yeah, just a handful of cycles per frame. So that's probably what that is actually. But that's not what I want to do right now. Gotta put it in a 0 page for max performance, right? But yeah, so Edorfaust did bring up a good point with that I'm not eliminating the issue, I'm just making it harder to find. So instead of checking which is greater for the speed, maybe checking how far it's embedded in that side would make more sense, right? So, well, I mean, because that's essentially the same thing, isn't it? Unless I rewind time by a frame on the collision check, right? So, I check both collisions first. I do not act on either one of them. Then, if both of them collide, I rewind by 1 frame, and I check to see which side, where the ball is, right? Let me, hang on. I can illustrate this because I've drawn this out before. I just haven't used any of it. Where is the pen? I've lost the pen yet again. There it is. Found it. We're good. Diagonal collision. It's not really. It's not even an extreme diagonal angle, like a 45-degree angle. All right. How's this pen on screen? Yeah, just take out a Sharpie and just start drawing on the screen. I mean, on the other hand, it's hard to do right, and the not quite right approach is good enough for the. I mean, it can be, but like, so we've got the brick, right? Right there. And say it collides, the point is going to collide like right there or whatever, right? And we also have the other point down here for the vertical, right? So this is the vertical, horizontal. So there's another point up there that we're checking. There's another point over here that we're checking, right? But both of them collide, right? On the same frame. So what if, like, I rewind by a frame, right? So it puts them out like way over here somewhere or whatever, right? And I compare maybe like the center point of the ball to the actual edge, right? The top edges and the bottom edges and whatever, right? And I see which one it crossed first. Would that work? I don't know if that would work. Let me bring it down to 1 point again. Yeah, so the main point's there. But if I bring it out here, rewind it by a frame, bring it back out here, it's crossed this line, right? The vertical line. It's crossed that already. But it has not crossed the vertical line, this guy here. So in that case, it would collide horizontally, right? Once I grab the right point. Sure. And then like so similar for like colliding on the top, like coming up here, right? So say it's traveling that direction like that, right? And so I rewind it. Well, this one would be a little weird because if I rewind it like to back, to like back here, there's a chance that it won't have collided with either one of them. I'll still have that issue. Bring the position back, then use motion vector to detect that. I mean, actually, I wonder. So I can divide by 2 easily because it's a bit shift. What if I divide the speed by 2 and rewind by that many, by that value instead of by the normal speed, and see if both of them still collide? Because that might work, and keep doing that until one of them doesn't collide. I mean, that could get expensive. But that might work, because then I wouldn't have to check like which, is it above this line or is it below this line? I wouldn't have to check any of that. I could just use the same logic I'm using. But I'm just checking it against different values. It's not hard, no, but the problem that I would that would come about is that I'm running the same collision code many times per frame. So it could get expensive. So maybe do that like twice, tops? Once, tops, maybe? And if it's like, how about this? We'll do that once, and then if they still both collide, bounce in both directions. I think you basically have three cases. If you rewind and check the same and recheck the same point, either it's the side or the top, bottom, or both diagonally. Top side is obvious. Diagonal should be probably both bounce both directions. Yeah, so that's what I think I'll end up doing. So rewind it by half, and then bounce by both directions. Maybe there's some optimization because you know where the ball is. You know it's within the rectangle formed by the two positions. Yeah. Toxenis, how you doing? Yeah. So what would the rectangle give me, though? I mean, sure, I know where it is, but what would that do for me? I was thinking full frame rewind, not half. Oh, I see what you're saying. But with that, I'd have to add some logic to figure out which side it's on. If it's on this side, or if it's on this side, or you know wherever side it's on, right? Well, I would only need to check two of them depending on the direction, but you get the idea. Right, so I still have to add in that extra logic to figure out like where this line actually is and where this line actually is mathematically in relation to the brick here. Whereas if I just rewind by half and rerun the same collision, I'm not writing a massive chunk of code. I'm just being like, all right, so we're just gonna change these two values, rerun the stuff. Let's try again, see if it happens. If it does, then you know, it feels like less code that way, you know. So I think I might try doing it like rewinding by half. The angle between the point inside the brick and the closest corner determines where it came from, I think. The angle between the point inside the brick and the closest corner. I mean, does it though? I'm not sure it does. So I'm gonna use where I turned it off. A box for the ball, right? So we've got like that, right? So this point, that point, and well, yeah. So those 2 points. What's that? There's 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, right? So like you're like the nearest corner there, and then that'd be the nearest corner over there. Thinking the ball is 1 point. Gotcha. So this guy right there. And so it'd be that point. You'll be checking against like these 2 points over here, those two corners. But I don't know, because like if it's coming, it's going to be coming from this direction at all. If it's going in general, if it wants to collide with this wall here, right? Otherwise, if we're going the other direction, if we are somehow going that direction and we collide, or and we're in this spot, it's not going to be checking against that wall. It's going to be checking against this wall pretty much, right? Or technically, it's going to be checking this wall of the ball. It's not checking this wall of the ball. You know? So that wouldn't collide horizontally here if it was moving to the right. It only collide vertically, because that's the only edge of the ball that I'm checking that collides with the brick at that point. You know? Or, hang on. So at this point here, there are 3 points inside the brick. 3 out of the 4 points I'm checking inside the brick. Right? So if there's more, if 2 points if both points on the side are collided, that means that that side collided. Right? So here, both of these points on the vertical have collided. It just so happens that, or on the horizontal rather, it just so happens that that one of the vertical also collided, but the second vertical is way out here. Do I know the locations of the corners of the bricks? Not really. I mean, I can figure it out. It is a little bit of math you can do, because it's just going to be the bricks index times 8 essentially, in either 8 vertically and then 16 horizontally. So if one is 2 and the other is 1, the 2 is the 1. Yes. Not necessarily all bricks, just the one brick. Yeah, I mean, I'm already doing something similar, but not for the edges. So I'd be able to just like, I could have a lookup table for that honestly, where I just pre-calculate that's a lot of data though that I don't want to have in the ROM. Because that for each brick, that'd be 4 points. But if the ball's a bit higher, you'd only have 2 points inside the brick and still be collided. Right, and I thought at least anyway, if that ever happened, where it's both of these colliding on the same frame, it bounces both horizontally and vertically. In fact, where is that code? Because I thought I did that. Because I remember thinking that could happen. That both of them collide on the same frame. Right, that's this stuff here. Hang on, wait a minute. Isn't it? Check 2 points collision and return. Or the power brick collided with return values in collision row and column. So here it's checking them and then bouncing regardless. What if I moved? I don't think it's doing it. I think I meant to. What about the case where there's a 45-degree angle, the entire ball's inside somehow? If the entire ball's inside, something's wrong. At that point, it should bounce on both horizontal and vertical at the same time. I mean, if both horizontal collide, but only one verge, it's horizontal. Yeah, I know what you meant. The inking effect would suggest that you don't actually do that since it's only bounced upwards, but that would be another bug. Actually, so what if I just check for these collisions later on, right? So I'm something collided, store it. Cool. Do I check for that later on? I don't think I do. And do vertical collide. I check it here. I'm already committing to it. So you know what? Hang on. Let's store and ignore it, right? Well, no, not ignore it. Just store it, and then check it later after I also check the horizontal, right? And then I check both of those values for the horizontal and vertical, right? Because I don't think I am bouncing when both of them hit. Correctly, rather, like bouncing both of them. Not status. All right. But that wouldn't rhyme as nicely. Listen here. Okay. Game RAM. Right, so I have a to-do on them to remove them. But I think I want to keep them instead, right? So I have two sets of rows and columns of collided bricks, right? So if these are 0, yeah, if the row I think is 0, like actually 0 in memory, nothing collided. But if bit 8 is set, or bit 7 is set, it collided with something, and there's a real value in those two variables, right? So I'm setting those. And I'm checking immediately, which I don't think I want to be doing. Instead, I think I want to be checking them at the very end after I check both of them, right? Here. No. So instead, we're jumping to check both collisions. Right. Okay. So at this point, collide road, the two brick collides. Brick collision. Wait, or no, not these guys here. These guys. These ones instead. So I am a poet, yeah, right? So I'm gonna be checking these two here. So which one is it? It is the row, I believe, that has something set in it. I think it's the row. Store it. Where do I set that? Check for adjacent brick. And it was 7. All right, because I'm removing the top bit there. Philosophically, yeah. So if only one collision occurred, execute this collision. If both are set, execute one with the highest speed. I think I'm just gonna say if both are set, do both, because that might make sense too. I mean, it won't fix. That won't actually fix what we're doing. What's happening here though? Because this one, like, it shouldn't be colliding vertically, you know? Because this one would bounce backwards, essentially. So at the beginning, it's going down, and it'd be traveling up at the end of that. Well, yeah. So if I swapped the horizontal and the vertical stuff, it'd do the exact opposite. So can I do that actually? Can I swap that real quick? Jumper collide. Do jumper check. This is going to be horizontal. That should work in this. In theory, but then it'd swap how it's broken. Raspberry Pi, how you doing? So this is like a store the call and game keeps playing, or for example, exploding animation can play during the block is destroyed. No, this is for bouncing correctly. So I got a bug where the ball is clearly bouncing on the right hand side, but the code for bouncing on the top is executing instead. So it thinks it's bouncing off the top when it's really not. So that's what I'm trying to fix, right? I go down by one. Yeah. So that's what's supposed to happen right there, but I'm 1 pixel higher. Why would that matter? Why would 1 pixel higher matter? Because you think that would be doing the same thing for all of it. All right, let me make sure. I'm not moving code around. I'm just adding some jumps and making things kind of convoluted. So let me just double check some stuff here real quick. So we're going down to check horizontal first. So that jumps down to here, horiz check. Then it goes through all that stuff. And then checks vertical. Then, oops, invert check. This has an RTS in it, and there's an RTS there. Okay. And I believe it's the order thing. So X and Y check to see if it really is the problem. Could be. What do you mean X and Y? Like the X and Y of what? Front up down, the bottom of the ball isn't embedded in the brick anymore. That's okay. So that's why it's ah shoot. 3 was it? Yeah. Yeah, so let me slow it down a lot. Speed, quarter. Yeah. So this is far enough for the bottom edge of the ball is no longer in the brick. But that's just a theory, a game theory. Could be an edge case of odd and even collision points. Shouldn't be. X, Y, horizontal. Seems like the 1 pixel higher is just enough to have 2 collision points. 1 pixel below might be enough to have only 2. Well, no, it happens all the way up top as well, so... Way up here. It's still happening way up here. Way up there. And that one is correct. That one is correct. This one here is not really correct. This one is not also not correct. Right? Alright. Yeah, midpoint's there. Alright, so let's see if... what do we do here? Alright, so I just have some jumps to go through that routine a little differently. If this like doesn't completely break, I'll be kind of surprised. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm jumping to the halfway point of the of the routine, and then at the end of it, I'm jumping back up to like near the top of the routine, and then I'm aborting in the middle, or I'm returning in the middle. So it's ugly. Right, because well, whatever. Okay. So now it's bouncing correctly. Because I think now I just moved. Yes, I just moved to where I moved the side it was happening on. So now it's happening vertically. The theory of everything. The theory of everything. Yeah. So that didn't fix anything. It just moved the problem to vertical instead of horizontal. And even then, when it collides, look at, what is this? It's just doing the horizontal first. So it should not be colliding horizontally here. Actually, what's the top speed of the ball? Like 2, right? Which means that the center point shouldn't be collided anywhere, right? Well, then I'm going back to checking, where is it? Checking, like, the where's my map? There it is. Checking, oh, which wall did the center point cross first, right? Or like, did the center point cross? Actually, I'd only be checking those two right there, right? So at this point, say, hey, this center point right here, is it below this line here? And also, let's check it against this one here. So if it's only below one of them, oh, well, that's the side we're on. So, what's the, go to the top. Here. Edge collide offset. So that's number of pixels from the center, of the ball where we do our collisions. And our max speed is like 2, I think. Right? Yes, because I capped the speed. I'm pretty sure I capped the speed at 2. I don't let it go any faster. That's in the gravity code, isn't it? Well, that's in down, actually. I only cap that down. Well, no, that's hang on. Boost. Boost the ball. Going up. Boost. I just add it. I just add it. Keeping the speed at 1 would also fix this problem, I think. But 1 I think is a little too slow. Since then you wouldn't get this situation. Yeah, but... An upper limit of 1, though, I think would be too slow, because at that point, a 45-degree angle would be half a pixel per frame. You know? So that would be... reset real quick. Over here. Turn this up. Ball speed. 0, 0, 0, 0, and then this is going to be 80 and 80. There it goes. All right, so this is that speed. Or that seems a little too slow for me. So at the maximum, the ball moves 2 pixels horizontally and vertically per frame. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the maximum number of pixels it can travel per frame is 2 pixels in any direction, essentially. So if it's traveling straight up and down, the Y speed is 2, but the X speed is 0. And that's what I'm basing all of the other speeds off of. In fact, if I go down to the macro down here, I'm basing all of it off of 200. Yeah, so this one here, bounce step times I, that's, the first one's going to be something, or no, whatever the bounce step is times 0, which is going to be 0. And here it's going to be subtracting that from 200, right? And then we're working from there, so, yeah. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, what's my actual diff here? Diff. It was just that. Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, there it is. There we are. And like, if I move it away a little bit, like, so yeah, it is embedding into the wall. Yeah, it is. Because there's certain spots where it isn't going fast enough to embed in the wall. And every outside point of the ball is at least 2 pixels from the center. At least 3. Should be at least 3. So these points right here are the collision points. So the orange is the ball. The center point, that's the X and Y coordinate that I'm using in all the calculations. That's where I'm basing everything off of. And then there's green and purple pairs around the ball that I'm using for collision. So these two up top are for the vertical going up. These two on the bottom are the vertical going down. To horizontal right and horizontal left. And yeah, there are 3 pixels out from the center. And what's my actual ball speed here? I can't see that. It's almost 2 in X. It's probably not really, no. So I wonder, do 4. Because it happens on 4 as well. 5? It's on 5 as well. 6. So these numbers that are the 4, 5, all those are the index for that lookup table that I'm generating, right? So they're an index to this table here, the bounce speeds, which is the X and Y vectors essentially. Now I understand the code more. Yeah, I'd like to think I do, but I don't know about that. I don't know if I do. All right, so it's not just that one speed. So this one it's not happening with anymore. Ah, never mind. Right there. Thank you for the follow back. I don't know if I said that already. I might have. I probably did, but thank you anyway. These two. I don't want these. Yeah, right there. It's gonna say, hey, we're colliding vertically. Because I guess we embedded so far. You know, let's break things for a little bit. We're just gonna remove the do collision. So I want to see where it is the next frame, essentially. A little smaller. George, how you doing? Am I a bug surgeon? I'm not a very good one, that's for sure. Did I see? Oh no, that's just my command prompt thing. There's no special meaning to it. I don't even remember what actual console I'm using here. Yeah, I forget what the actual console I'm using. I think it's Commander. I don't know. Yeah, it's just the terminal emulator I'm using. A little bit past that sort. Yeah. Ah, yeah, in the title bar. Yeah. Where's that? So if I ignore the collision, it does the other one as well, right? So wait a minute, hang on, where is? No, this one isn't right. I didn't... Whatever. Okay, there we go. Now we're back to it. All right. Back in my day, the terminal had proper symbols like $, right? Or percent. Not these fancy Greek math letters. Alright, so here, it ain't supposed to be collided. But like I said before, this is 1 pixel, or 1 frame behind what we're acting on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run for 1 frame now that we've disabled the collision stuff, right? That's where it was when it checked. It's not collided. At all. Gonna freeze it. That is where it thinks it is, right there. Well, that's where it is when it collides. So basically what I did is when it collides, set the speed to 0 so it doesn't go anywhere, right? And both those points, only 2 points are in there right now. Okay, so here we've got the 3 points in there. So you can't really see it very well. Let me just do this. All right, so I took a screenshot. Let me get that screenshot real quick. All right, so the collision points are right there, right there, right there, and right there. But before, the other one not that one. Shoot, I went backwards. Right there. This guy the points are there, there, and there. And it's still colliding vertically. So the rendering is different from the logic. The rendering is like a pixel, a frame behind, essentially, the logic. So that could have been up at times being jank before. Kind of. Make a magnifying window in OBS, little square you can drag around. I'm not even sure if I can do that. I know that there's like a magnifying option thing, program, whatever, in Windows. But last time I accidentally activated that, it broke so much crap and that was not fun. Because I have more than one screen and it freaked out. So all of a sudden, like one of my screens was just massive and I couldn't tell where I was pointing. Does it do the same thing if the ball is hitting the block from the left? Theoretically, yes. Yes, it just happened. Right there. So yes, it doesn't matter the direction it's coming from. It happens on the top side if I switch the order of evaluation for horizontal versus vertical collide. You can have a square segment with a desk button and catcher to make the thing. Oh, I know. That's what you're saying. Yeah. I don't want to screw with that though, because I'll break my screen, my scenes. I know it. Yay, Windows Update. Those are always fun. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I need to think about how I want to try and solve this later. Or just if I just definition. Does this have to restart for that? Yeah, I might try and work out some of the logic and the math for this off stream. Try a few different things. The important thing now is right now though is that I have it reproducible. Well, it's not necessarily the math, it's also the logic of it all, right? Because like before, just changing which one happened first, for instance, just moved the issue, didn't solve the issue, which is what I want to be doing, you know? What's your idea, Edorf House? I'm open to it. I already have the code to figure out which cell you're colliding with. Correct. Yes, I do. And that code is run 4 times per frame, once for each of those collision points. Once for each of those collision points on a side. And I guess that the way your collision points are make problems since it's discrete. So you can use that to figure out which cell the colliding point was in the previous frame, right? Yes. So, yeah, so in that case, I'd be able to check. I'm going to reuse this stuff right here. Okay. If I select the right layer, that'd be nice. This guy move over here. So this right here is the one I'm colliding with, right? But you're saying if I say rewind a frame, and use that same code to check which one of these 3 it collides with, I'd know which direction it's coming from. Like if it collided with this one up here, that's a diagonal bounce both directions. If I collided here with this guy, bounce horizontally, this guy bounce vertically.
Or without even rewinding, I could just check that for the center point. Because that center point should never be inside of a brick. So if I just do the same calculation on the center point and figure out which of the three it collides with, that could work. Yeah, that could work. Let's do on speed 3. In a special case, the center point being inside the diagonal bounds just in case. You mean like over here? In like up here? Because even that'd be one of the 3 cases I'd be checking. Well, the speed limit is like 3, I think, or 2 tops. Pretty sure it's 2, because the speed can only ever change from the paddle, right? And where is not that one? That's a watch window. If I go to list of speeds, these guys here, each pair of words should add up to 2. Should. Yeah, which should never happen. The vertical speed can change, and does change with gravity and the boost. But I suppose I can add a cap to those as well, to say, hey, if you're going faster than this, don't. Consider the case where the center point is in the diagonal cell and the ball is moving almost exactly horizontally. So, in this cell up here, right? Oh, that was beautiful. Come on, why do you gotta do this to me? Those are supposed to be transparent. Why aren't they transparent? Right, they are. Oh, not all of them. What? Why? Okay, hang on. That's going away, and then that one is also going away, and then that one's going away. Okay, let's see if those actually deleted them. Oh, whatever. Don't care. So collides up here, but going exclusively horizontally. Or almost horizontally. But mostly horizontally, right? It would still bounce off that direction. Which I think I'm okay with. What I'm not okay with is it bouncing off vertically, you know? Like a weird tangent vertically. I'm okay with it bouncing directly back with you know, some give. I don't. I'm okay with that. If I have to crash, don't. Yeah, right. I'm going to sleep. See you later. Hopefully. All right, George. I'm not sure if I'll be on still online if you can if and when you come back. But you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Then try one on bounce horizontally. Try code. Catch don't. What? Don't catch? And just drop the code on the floor and watch it splat. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I don't know why it does it sometimes. I don't know why it censors anything. Because it doesn't censor curse words. It just, I don't know. It might be like, not like censoring out bad things that people say or whatever. It might be just censoring out things that could expose poor code in Stream Elements, honestly. That's what I think it is. Like poor code in the overlay crap, where they're not handling stuff right. Spam filter? It's something like that. Yeah, it's probably poor coding on Stream Elements side, the Stream Label side. That's what I'm gonna go with. That's my guess. Yeah, because there's a few things that trigger it. Yeah, see? Divs get censored. And scripts and things. Yeah. One question. Your collision inverts the directions of both components, horizontal and vertical, correct. It depends. It depends which one it collides with. But I'm pretty sure that both of them inverting at the same time don't happen, because I never got around to fixing or writing that. Like I meant for that to happen. I really did, but I never implemented it. You know? But even so, this issue would still be there, because there are points where it shouldn't be colliding in one of the directions and it still is. You know? Yeah. Yeah, it's a dumb filter that honestly they just need to code better. Code their overlays better. So that's what that boils down to. But yeah, so all right. So what do I need to do to make that happen then? With the center point thing, what I need to do is I need to. Did I undo all that stuff? I don't remember. Get status. Do that. Okay. Yes, what I need to do, the first step of what I need to do is not do this immediately, acting on the collision. I need to do that after everything else, right? So the first thing I need to do is just move this. Ralph! Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub.
Hackerman.
Welcome back.
He's the most powerful
How you
hacker
doing?
of all time.
Where's no collide?
Zorcha what?
How you doing? Welcome. Welcome back. Do collisions. Right, so paste that there. Or they're gonna be jumping to one or the other. I'll get to it eventually. What are we fixing tonight? We're fixing a weird bug that people in chat noticed first, and then I started noticing as well. Where I didn't reassemble here. Hang on. I just undid what I just typed out. Okay, we're gonna write. Yes, I really want to write that. It's gonna break. It's gonna. Okay, here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. So. Captain Pie, thank you so much for that. Appreciate that.
Hackerman. He's the most powerful hacker of all
There
time.
we go. So this is the bug that I was trying to fix. Thank you for your Twitch Prime. I really do appreciate that. This right here, where it's bouncing vertically when it shouldn't be bouncing vertically. It should be bouncing horizontally. Let's take some Amazon's money. Just alias aim to make. I mean, but I don't know. I feel like that'd be the easy way out. So I'm trying to fix that right there, and it's being a pain in the butt. Yeah. By the way, Captain Pie, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there is a little something I do actually do for subs. You'll see a credits thing right here. I'm not finished unbreaking it for this, but I do list out people that have supported me during these projects. This is kind of currently broken with this switching the screens. It still sort of works, yeah. So I drop my subs on this list here, and I don't clear the credits list until the next project. And let me show you a better example, actually. There we go. This is my last project. So this is the list for the last project, right? So the white names are all tier 1. The purple flashy names are tier 2, and the rainbowy names are tier 3 names. Make and Vim executes make. I might have at one point. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's one of the things where I found out at one point and then like forgot about. Can't have buggy code if there's no code. But yeah. So what I was getting at was this here. Like this isn't cleared until the end of a project. I don't add names during stream anymore because Twitch actually gives me some more information with the names, like the tiers. So that's what I started using in the new version here. So if I go down here, you'll notice that they're grouped out by the tenures, rather, the tenures. Let's compile blank files, problem solved. I mean, but then nothing would happen, he's saying. Yeah. What's the command to pull some off stash and get stash pop? Yeah, that's what they'll use. Let's list it. Gives me that. Why do I have another stash? What is that? What? Hang on. What is that other stash? 'Cause that shouldn't be there. Oh, thank. Should it? It's not. Think about the file. Appreciate that. Optimize code 0 bytes. It probably is a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I would be surprised. There's an IOCCC contest winner that's an empty file. There is. Well, CD and DD, so the evil is. Manage stashes. Why isn't that? Did I get rid of the? I might have gotten rid of the base commit for that. Because this is all new files that like I don't care about. Kind of. All right. Well, whatever. This one. There we go. There was one shoot 'em up game for the Mac which would delete one file at random every time you shot. What? Lose. I know that there was a virus that was like a slot machine, where if you didn't, oh shoot, if you lost all your money or something like that, it formatted your drive on you, deleted everything for you. But if you won, it left you alone and like deleted itself or whatever. Back like a DOS days, it's like a DOS days virus. All right, so down here there's two collisions, potentially, right? So we're going to bit collision row index horizontal. Branch plus to no, so over there, whatever. We're also gonna bit collision row index vertical. Branch plus to the same spot. So here, both collided. Do both of them. Otherwise, actually, hang on. Let's just do this. Let's simplify. Let's simplify. Before game deletes is unexecutable. I think with the solution we're planning now, you actually don't really care which ballpoint collided with the brick or how many do. Just one did and which still collided with. Maybe. We'll see. There's also a really good game in my opinion that's about hacking a system that plays by modifying text files in the game. Really? Huh. Neat. Alright, branch on plus means we didn't collide. Otherwise, JSR to do vertical brick collide. And if horizontal also collided, act on that one as well. And yeah. Okay. So if both of them collided, bounce both. Sounds reasonable, right? Don't know who started the idea, but there were a few games where you had to go and do something with the game's files as part of their story. Really? That's a neat concept, though. Also an early access game on Steam, I forgot the name, in which you program assembly to modify the game's levels. I've heard of that one. The game composed and change modify. I think I've heard of that one. Where the indie game where it tries to teach you assembly. Yeah. You can also crash your skirt up. All right, so let's see if this completely breaks everything. It might. Okay. We're gonna start by bidding the correct variables. Yeah.
True assembly experience. Basically, I think just check if any point collided, and if so, use the suppositions, collide center, to figure out which directions to bounce differently. Yeah. Either way, the first step is separating out the bounce stuff, the actual acting on the bounce, from the detection. So that's what this is here. So let's make sure that this didn't really change anything. This shouldn't have changed everything. If this fixes everything, I'm going to be thoroughly surprised, because it shouldn't. Bounce still works though, which is good. And the bounce on the vertical works as well. That's good. All right, so let's see if we can. Yep. Whoa, that was. Okay, so now it is. Now it's bouncing both. Which should happen if all of them, if it collides both horizontally and vertically. The trouble is, it shouldn't be colliding both horizontally and vertically. And it also has the unembed code not working right. It's almost as if it's checking against like the brick above. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 4, 2. Yeah, right. Should I go to sleep? It's it's 4:13 in the morning. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Thank you so much, Captain Pie, for stopping by and for the Twitch Prime. I really do appreciate it. You have a good night. Hope to see you again. Yeah, so what we're going to do first, anyway, is we are going to commit this. Because this is a change I do want in there, right? I'm pretty sure, anyway. Commit. Add, or no. Move acting on collisions to after detections. Act on collisions only after checking both horizontal and vertical collide. Do not abort early on collision. Sleep is for the sleepy. I mean, you're not wrong. All right. All right. So let's undo some things in Git, right? So we're gonna refresh that. Oh, there's that I didn't see before. All right, well, whatever. I will welcome, and you have a good night. Thank you again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Okay, so this is code to help debug. Revert that commit. What is this? Can I actually... Oh, I can actually... Okay. I didn't think I could interact with that. I had Vim inside this. I had Vim inside this little window. That was beautiful. All right, let's remake. over here. Reload. So now the all the code to reset the ball and move the ball around and all that kind of crap shouldn't be there anymore. Some duplication, maybe, possibly. Oh, I have the bounce in there again. Oh, not the bounce, but the. All right, well, it's still working though, which is good. Mostly the I still don't have the what's it the ball pool refreshing. I broke that, I guess. But I can cherry pick the one commit that does actually work. Yeah, because that's gone. All right, well let's try this. So we're gonna check out this branch. Yep. Cherry pick. Remake that. That code's still gone for some reason. Alright, that's cool. Why? Why is that code gone? Hang on. Can't load, why not? Sure. Or no, what is pool something? Where did it go? Soding, how you doing? Welcome. Why is all the code? But why is the code gone? Yeah. But why the ROM? Yeah, this is an EDM station on Pretzel that I started listening to a few streams ago. I should add some dance emotes from better BTTV. Because that was did I remove that? I'd boost the ball, right? Boost the ball. Where is? Wait a minute. Let's probably boost the ball. Down. Hold up. Channel overflow. Boost this. Wait, but it was working before. Hang on. Why? Hold up. So when the ball bounces off of the paddle, it's supposed to add one to the pool, shouldn't it? Why aren't you working on PHP? If I actually am, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I saw you working on the gamepad support for Grub earlier. I'm kind of surprised that like no one else had done that already. Honestly. But yeah, you were doing that to basically get gamepad support in the bootloader Pong, weren't you? Just so you didn't have to use a keyboard to boot up or something, right? All right, so yeah. Paddle collide. Go in the other direction. Yeah, I had it here and it just like went away, I guess. So increment.
boost pool. Load boost pool and compare that to something. For all Linux gamers. I haven't got a grub tree in a while. We can map all the buttons, including stick movement. Really? I must have missed that part. Nice. Just have to polish up and try to submit for review. Oh shit! Yeah, you're actually gonna try to submit that upstream? Awesome. What am I looking for? Boost max. This guy here. Compare that to there. Branch carry clear over there. Otherwise, we're loading up 0 and storing that into boost pool. That's so we don't go over 2, essentially. I especially like how he typed your mom by moving the stick clockwise. Yeah, how do you I was mostly lurking. How do you determine what keys to actually press? Was that stuff like hard coded, or it just reset it? It reset it to 0. Oh. Right, because where else is this? That's the very beginning. That's the initialization. This is the stuff I just added. Okay. I guess the code just disappeared somehow. That's neat. Yes, this is breakout with gravity, by the way. Well, the boost has a bug where if I hit it at the right point, it boosts down instead of up, which isn't exactly what I want. But yeah, you see the little like Mega Man style kind of bar looking thing on the side? That's the charges for your boost that you have. And it adds 1. Oh, see, like, sometimes it just boosts down instead of up. Like right there again. If you're going slow enough, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, if you're going slow enough, it boosts down instead of up, which you should not be doing. But yeah, it actually kind of works nicely. We get some points where, like, it'll bounce along a row of tiles. Like on the bottom row of tiles, right? But it still needs a little bit of tweaking, I think, with the power and all that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it needs some tweaking. It needs a little bit of tweaking, but I think it's pretty neat. I think it works surprisingly well for how little work I put into it. But yeah. You can configure the mapping in the grub config. Grub config is basically a script of code commands, and drivers can add their own commands. Oh, nice. So watch out, Pokey on your tail. He's the ones to get through. Yeah. Looks cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. That was actually someone's idea in chat. It's like, hey, what if you had gravity? Someone said it like offhand, like as a joke. And I'm like, you know what? But what if I did? I get the pedal 2 guns to shoot the ball to give it momentum. I mean, I don't know about that one, because that one would be adding sprites and adding stuff for that, and I'm already using A for things. I'm also like already using like A for having the paddle go a little faster as well, which throws a wrench into things. So I don't know about that. Yeah. Yeah, for paddle, maybe if I like hold both of them or something like that. I don't know. And like if I hold B, it goes slower. Maybe I just have one. Maybe I don't have it go faster. I just have it like go slower if I wanted. That might work. Cause you can go a decent speed across the screen already. So I might just remove the going faster. Make it a mouse only game on. But then I would need a SNES mouse and the adapter, which I don't have. Took like 20 lines. So yeah, it was like, where's the commit for that? Add gravity to the ball. Here's like this is all the change that I needed for it, right? And the main board Steam X, that's just changing one of the game boards. That doesn't even count. But yeah, this is literally all the code for that. Plug gravity ball. SNES to NES cable. Yes, this thing. Yeah, I don't have one of those, and I would need to get one. SNES mouse is pin compatible with NES. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want one. I have a SNES mouse. It's off screen over there. So I mean, I have half the hardware. I am still live, right? Okay. My dashboard's freaking out. I was freaking out, but all right. Confused me for a second. So I have part of the hardware. Half of it. I just need this. Maybe after TwitchCon I'll pick it up. We'll see. Because that would be interesting too. Because there's not a breakout game with a mouse on the NES, is there? No, probably not. This game has some serious feature creep so far. I haven't even implemented like half of the main gimmick for this game yet. Did anyone make a business stuff? Let me just make sure I have save search on. Give me a second. I do not. Okay, we're gonna turn that on. There it goes. This is a first-party keyboard for the Famicom. So yes, it did. It even had BASIC on it. Like a golf game, missile clone. But no, it actually had a keyboard, and it also had a tape drive, a data recorder. You could kill me. I want one. And it had a floppy drive too, a proprietary floppy drive. But yeah, Family Basic. Yep. And it also had a tape drive, a Nintendo branded tape drive that you could use with it. Nuffly, how you doing? Welcome. So like it came with Family Basic, right? Which was basic on the Famicom essentially, and you could save and load your programs onto tape. Yes, Messon can. Yes, it can. The layout's a little weird for the actual keyboard though, so I'm not really used to it too much. But there are also a few games that have functionality with this data recorder. Like Excite Bike is one of them, where you could make tracks and save your tracks to tape if you have a Famicom, because they disabled it on the NES, like the non-Japanese systems. The code's still there, I think, but they disabled all the code. So you could save tracks, and like reload the tracks you made later on. There was a few games that had that. I don't know all of them. I don't remember all the games, but yeah, there were a few that actually utilized this data recorder. And I want one of these too. Don't get me wrong. I do want one of these as well. Excite by 8 tracks. Let's get this on vinyl for Max hipsterism. So
I mean, you're joking, but there is like a digital vinyl format that's dumb. It's just stupid. A NES tape recorder does sound very hipster already. Right? But I mean, come on, it's a Nintendo branded tape player. Can you save programs on vinyl? Possibly. So it was a video vinyl, is what it was, right? So it basically encoded a digital signal in audio, and then had a decoder for playing back for playback. So you could use a standard record player with it, and you just like had this plugged it into this decoder that took the sound wave and well, decoded it really. The same way that it's encoded on a tape. I was born too late. I mean, it flopped. Like it didn't stick around. The golden era of computing. I mean, technically, CDs use the same basic principle of vinyl, so that is entirely possible. They don't though. Vinyl is strictly analog, but CDs are digital. CDs are a digital thing. Vinyls are an analog thing. So not quite. I mean, they share the same, like, well, they're both round and they both use like a track that the reader follows, but that's not what that ends. Remember using a tape drive with a couple of the computers we had access to as kids, but that wasn't branded proprietary one. The computer just had an audio in and out. Yeah, so like that was actually a standard format, more or less. I mean, the hardware anyway, not necessarily the software on the tape or whatnot. But yeah, so a lot of computers did that. The Tandy did, the Commodore, the Apple. Pretty much all of the early computers had a tape drive. Because before that, the mainframes also had a tape drive, you know, but there was like the reel-to-reel tapes, right? Those weren't the little cassettes. Those weren't these guys. It was the reel-to-reels. Vinyl is groovy. CDs are pitiful. Yeah. It's a nice pun, but yes, you are correct. Hey, no Bridgewater, by the way. I'd be able to use a 3D printer to print it and just use those vinyl copier things. Your quality would probably suffer. I don't know. Like 3D printing that doesn't really make sense. 3D printing of vinyl, because if you try to print the grooves, it ain't gonna work. I can just tell you that right now. You know, the 3D printer doesn't have enough accuracy for that. And then if you're just printing the vinyl itself, why not just like cast that instead? Because that'd be easier. Probably sturdier too. It's basically principle. It's about reading the grooves. CDs use a binary format, the same type. I mean, not really, because there's in a vinyl, it's a linear groove that a needle goes across, and the changes in that groove are basically the sound wave. It's a direct translation, but on a CD, it's a pit and not a pit, like a peak, right? And the change between those is a 1 or a 0. I mean, kind of, sort of, but not really, you know? What's the spacing, whatever, for the grooves? What, the vinyl? I have no idea. The thing about cassettes on those computers is that most users probably already had the hardware. Yeah, the interface hardware tended to be fairly simple. Yeah, so that's probably one of the reasons why it was so popular, is because like it was all interchangeable with different machines, and also you probably had one of these stupid things just lying around for, I don't know, recording your shopping list. Less than 1mm resolution. Well, to get actual audio, you'd need more than a lower resolution than that, I'm pretty sure. Like, what is that in freedom units? I don't know what that is in freedom units.
0, 0. I mean, possibly. I don't know. You can certainly try. Actually, what was that? So there's one video I saw about something on vinyl. What was it? I think it was actually casting a vinyl record, and then trying to duplicate it that way, and it kind of worked almost. The CD is a series of pins in a spiral, and keeping the laser on track involves some rather interesting optical effects. The entire laser mechanism rides on a maglev cartridge. Yes. Yeah. Whereas on a vinyl, the needle is just does everything. Anyway. So this is the. Oh, hang on. Let's set that. Let's go over here. Okay, git add game.asm. I do some paddle bonds. This was somehow left out. Add a boost charge up to the max number of allowed boosts each time the ball bounces on the paddle. Just a random zero, but it sounds pretty interesting. These printers are your regular plastic printers, but they're actually they actually cue resin using it. So, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like 3D printing is a fantastic technology, and I really want a printer, but they are stupid. So the ones I want are really expensive. But yeah, fascinating technology. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, what time is it? Almost 11 o'clock. All right. Well, I didn't really get what I wanted done today, but I did make a little bit of progress. I think. I was able to identify what the issue was, which is half the battle, I guess. You can get a printer for like $200. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't want to have to build my printer from scratch. Essentially. Not a fan of that because it'll never get built. I had a friend that had one of those. The darn thing never worked. Never worked. He burnt out a few chips on it too because he was an idiot. At some point, I'd like to set up my 3D printer, maybe even a print D or two. You can get a mostly pre-built for $200. It's actually quite good. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked into it too deeply recently, but making NES games in assembly doesn't want to build from scratch. It's different because this is software. I'm a software person. The printer is hardware, right? I have a bunch of hardware I have like a handful of hardware projects that I've started. I didn't get very far in, and I lost interest in really freaking fast. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. God, next nothing done. I'm getting a little tired. It's starting a little late. I know I did start a little late today, but whatever. I suppose it's my PC. Yeah, that's the only one I finished, right? Push that up. But yeah, this is only for PSD on a USB stick.
Yeah, so we're gonna go say hi to somebody. But yeah, most of my stuff is software related stuff. Like my most recent one, not related to assembly. I moved my sound system from underneath my TV to into the kitchen so I can like listen to music while I do dishes and crap. But I don't have like any wires that can reach out there, and I don't want to like be plugging in my phone all the time and all that kind of crap. So I dug out my Raspberry Pi. I'm like, I wonder if I could use this for a thing. Turns out, yes I can. There are pre-built software packages that I could just install on the stupid thing and be like, yeah, so here's where my music is. Thanks. Can you just start up whenever you're plugged? Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm gonna hit play now, and it plays music. Yeah. So the only problem with it is I need to figure out how to get an internet connection in my kitchen. Yeah. The only hard part that you have is watching Ben Eater videos. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. We're gonna go see if we can find someone to go say hi to real quick. Let's see. Oh, Classic Marathon. No. I don't think we've said hi to this guy in a while. Let's make sure that he's not like just finishing up or whatever. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. Well, that's an interesting angle. All right. Yeah, so he's been here a bunch. I think I've rated him before. Pretty sure I have. We're gonna go say hi to him. So yeah. Please come with me to say hi. I should probably. Does that count? I don't know. I don't know if that counts. Maybe. That's a tough one. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Yeah, be good. I don't know. Did it work?